murders over the past 8 years.
In Mitchell's Plain this morning, thousands of police and locals resumed a dual hunt. On the one hand, the gruesome search for more bodies. On the other, the increasingly desperate tracking down of the psychotic killer responsible. Hundreds of troops joined the operation today as the man known as the Station Strangler threatened to become South Africa's most notorious serial killer in history. In the last 24 hours, 6 more bodies have been found. All young children, all coloured, and all found lying face down in shallow graves with their hands tied behind their backs. They'd been sexually assaulted. A reward of £50,000 is being offered for the killer's capture.
Going to that spot where the...
Local residents laid siege to the local police station this morning, venting their anger on senior officers who they say have adopted a lazy approach to the devastating murders. Much of the anger is over the way the police have handled the investigation into these sadistic killings. One community leader said this morning that if the victims had been white children, the killer would have been arrested days ago. Mark Austin, ITN, Mitchell's Plain, South Africa.
To take vigilante action.
There's been a major police response to one of history's worst cases of serial killing. But the people of Mitchell's Plain aren't concerned about what's happened in Russia, America or in Britain. The gruesome sight of the bodies of youngsters being unearthed from shallow graves has enraged locals. Most of the victims have been sodomized and strangled.
That man must be caught somewhere. Somewhere he must be. Because I think he's a sick man.
Could have been my children. And I think this man must be brought to justice.
Some residents have already set up vigilante groups, having heard that the killer left behind a chilling note on the body of one of his victims, saying, "One more, many more in store."
We cannot allow lawlessness to break out amongst the public, and if that should occur, we would obviously have to discipline the public too.
The army has been called out to support the police combing sand dunes in the entire area. Many parents have kept their children from school. Townships here on the Cape Flats have become depressingly accustomed to violence, but these latest killings have ignited deep passions, and the police fear that local residents, in search of revenge, will take the law into their own hands. John Harrison, BBC News, Mitchell's Plain.